In Illinois, we're expecting a total eclipse of the sun. The majority of people in Illinois live in the Chicago metropolitan area, and everyone else lives downstate. Illinois is outlined by water on all four sides: Lake Michigan, the Mississippi River, and the Wabash River. During the eclipse, people downstate will experience a total eclipse, while people up north will experience it less than 100%. Illinois is unevenly yoked geographically, economically, and politically, in addition to being both urban and rural. Psychology tells us we have a limited number of psychological responses. All we can do is experience the same thing and react differently. But during the eclipse, we'll all experience the same thing and have the same reaction because we'll all pretty much be in the dark, more or less. Welcome. Welcome to Illinois Bridging Awareness. I'm Stanley Smith. We don't really know what people are doing in other states, but here in Illinois, we're trying really hard to figure it all out. On last week's call, we talked about finding pieces of joy in everyday living, how we can survive trials by holding the bright light within, how no one wants to leave a good time, and how words can be problematic. It's safe to say that none of us want to leave a good time or to lose someone we love. Many of us define our lives by our will to be alive and to avoid death. But there's a difference between being glad not to be dead and being glad to be alive. We have many lives in this one lifetime. In literature, there are only about 5 plots. And in any kind of memory test, we usually can remember only about 5 things at any one time. In psychology, they tell us we have a limited number of psychological responses. So we're pretty much going through this life with a limited capacity for response, with very little of which we'll remember, because most is a predetermined plot anyway. In this life, we're not called to live a life of timid faith, a faith and resolve that evaporates when the going gets tough. We're not a reflection of our lives. Our lives are a reflection of who we are, not the other way around. We're trying to run the clock out on this game of life, but we've already won. We bring happiness with just our smile to many. Yes, there's plenty in the world not to smile about. We smile because of the bright light within, not in spite of everything, but because of everything. Yes, it's true. We don't really know what people are doing in our neighboring states, but they are feeling something, experiencing something, and sharing. Next week, during the eclipse, most of the people in the continental United States will be experiencing the same thing. We don't need to be afraid or alarmed. Many obstacles come our way in this life. During the eclipse, the moon will block out most of the sun, but we can hold the bright light in our hearts that God, the true light of the world, will always be with us, no matter how dark it may seem. Recently, the image of the Japanese shoji screen came to my mind, the thin rice paper that separates one room from the next. We get a glimmer of what lies beyond. It's not so much about trying to figure out what's beyond, but holding to the idea that there is a beyond. And for that, we can be truly thankful. If you would like to join us at Illinois Bridging Awareness, the Saturday call is every Saturday at 9 a.m. Central Time on Zoom. I will include my email in the description of this video. I'll be happy to send you an invitation. And I look forward to seeing you very, very soon.